Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The walls close in on Carter, and, spoiler, saves Nick's life. Friday, July 25, 2025, today on The Young and the Restless. Lauren tries to talk Nikki out of a drastic plan. Chance and Victor spar verbally with Kane, and Kane demands the truth from his employee. In the train car, Lauren knocks on Nikki's door and asks to take an evening stroll. Nikki's not in the mood but invites her in. She tells her about her nightmare last night about not being able to get to Victoria and Nick. It seems to be coming true. She rants about the lies, games, and Nick being accused of murder. Lauren cannot believe an innocent man has died. Nikki sneers that Kane doesn't care about that. She can't shake the feeling that something is terribly wrong. Lauren's sure Kane wouldn't harm Nick or Sharon. Nikki's not sure what Kane is capable of. Nikki tells Lauren the dread in her bones says Nick is in danger. She thinks it's about Chancellor. Lauren marvels, "You think this whole stunt is a power play?" Nikki says, "Absolutely." Lauren asks if she really thinks Kane would stoop this low. There's no doubt in her mind. Lauren worries she's ready to give in to Kane and give him what he wants. Who's telling the truth? In the main train car, Kane wants to speak to Carter alone, but Chance and Victor disagree. The Newman won't let him concoct a story with that robotic freak. Kane insists they'll be telling the truth. Kane wants the truth. Victor says his son has been framed by guess who? Your robotic friend. Chance insists they need to be present for their conversation. Victor says the freaky friend knew the knife was put under the sink. How would he know that? They argue over Kane detaining Sharon and Nick. Kane insists it was his decision. He thought it possible Nick was a danger. Victor muses that now it's only possible, so why is he still holding him? Carter wants these questions to end. He's done nothing wrong, and they can't hold him there. Chance says he's been put in charge, and he has a right to be present for any questioning. Kane barks at Carter to go wait in the bar area. Carter leaves and Chance warns he'll be talking to him again later. Kane doesn't appreciate them grilling Carter behind his back. Victor says he's guilty. Kane wonders if they bullied something out of him. He reminds Chance that he's paying him, so he expects to be kept in the loop and updated. Victor frowns. What? Chance tells Kane he hasn't taken a dime. His goal is to find out who killed Damien. Money has nothing to do with it. Kane wants to know what went down with Carter. Chance says they caught him in a lie, several in fact. He accidentally knew where the murder weapon was planted. Kane says, found. He told them he'd lay down his life for him. He thinks he needs to protect him at all costs. Either he's covering for Kane or he's the one who plunged the knife into Damien's back. Kane rants that he's not some psycho mastermind ordering his employees to kill off his perceived enemies. Victor notes Damien was making inroads with this ex-wife. Kane gave them his blessing. He further argues Carter isn't capable of murder. Victor says, this freak is beholden to you, isn't he? He'd do anything for him. Chance says maybe he identified a problem and thought he'd rectify it. That's what they need to find out. Will Nick make it? In the chateau, Sharon and Billy fret over Nick. Billy thinks he knows someone who can help. If it doesn't work, he'll go down the mountain. She needs to stay with Nick. He shows Sharon how to put pressure on Nick's wound and takes off. Sharon tells the grimacing Nick that help is on the way. Sharon pleads with Nick to open his eyes and talk to her. He grunts, I really did it this time, huh? He's never lost a fight to a trunk before. Sharon tells him the security guard is still out cold and Billy's gone for help. They have to trust him to find someone who knows how to deal with something serious like this. She hopes they get there soon. Nick grunts in pain. Sharon decides she'll distract him and keep his attention off of the pain. She tells them the kids need him to come home. He'll have to listen and stay alert as she regales him with memories of his kids and thoughts of the future. Nick knows. She's trying to give him reasons to get through this. Sharon intones, there is no way we're going to lose you. In the train car, Billy finds Sally and tells her Nick is hurt. She gasps as he tells him Nick is bleeding a lot. He knows. She knows tricks from the carnies. Sally grabs her stuff and they take off. Back in the chateau, Sharon tells Nick that Faith will meet someone he approves of, and they'll get married on the ranch. He'll walk her down the aisle. Just then, Billy arrives with Sally. Billy asks them to give the redhead a chance. Sally takes Sharon's place and tries to check the wound. Sally needs something to sterilize it. Sharon grabs the champagne. Will this work? Billy finds another bottle of alcohol that will work better and he also gets her a dry rag. Sally warns Nick this will hurt and presses the alcohol-soaked rag on his wound. Nick cries out and Sally keeps it up. Billy checks on the guard, who's still out cold. Sally asks Sharon to press on the wound as she wets a tea bag to squeeze on the wound. The tannins will help slow the seepage. Nick grimaces in pain and Sally apologizes. She warns the next part will hurt, but will help heal the wound. She brandishes a shaker of salt. Nick cries out in agony. Sally says they're done as Nick nearly passes out. They tie a rope around Nick to secure the dressing on the wound. Nick feels woozy. Once Nick's recovered a bit, they discuss Sally learning her first aid techniques in the circus. Nick will make sure Kane pays for this. Sharon warns. He needs to get well first. They'll deal with Kane once he's been vindicated. Will Carter confess? In the bar area of the maze, Carter tells Amanda that Kane is speaking to Chance and Victor on the train. She asks why. He complains that the men kept questioning him, confusing him. They wouldn't stop until Ashby showed up. They were upset. That he calls him Mr. Dumas. They wanted to know his history with Mr. Ashby and asked about the night of the murder. They were angry. Amanda wonders if they're trying to gather evidence against Kane. Carter assures her he'd never say anything. To make their boss look bad, Amanda asks Carter if he's covering for Kane. Carter insists his boss is not capable of murder. Lily appears and Amanda asks her to join them. She sniffs. I guess it could be worse. Kane could be here. Carter's sorry. She thinks he's responsible for Damien's murder. He loves her, but he's not capable of killing for that love. You should give him another chance, he implores. Just then, Kane appears. Kane greets Lily, who says, "You disgust me," and walks away. Kane deadpans, "That went well." Amanda asks her boss what Chance and Victor wanted to know. He needs to speak to Carter alone and promises to fill her in. Amanda fumes, "Fine," and trots off. Kane tells Carter he's worried about him. "Talk to me. What are you not telling me about what happened that night?" He knows he hid the knife in Nick's bathroom. Carter says, "You believe them?" Kane needs the truth. Did he think he was protecting him because he thought he killed Damien? Carter knows his boss isn't a cold-blooded killer. Kane points out that his version of events don't add up. Carter says the groundskeeper is mistaken. Kane knows he planted the knife in Nick's bathroom. How could Nick have gotten access to his bourbon to drug it, or access to his security footage to delete the moment Damien was killed? This was a carefully laid out plan, by someone with intimate knowledge of the property. He had the access. You felt that Damien was the one obstacle to my finding happiness with Lily. You wanted to right a wrong. Is that what happened? Carter. I need you to tell me the truth. Did you kill Damien for me? What will Nikki do? In Nikki's train car, Lauren doesn't want her to rush into signing over Chancellor without talking to Michael or Victor. They need to look into the options. Nikki thinks the only option Kane will accept is Chancellor. Her son is locked up and they don't know if he's safe. Lauren warns she's jumping to the worst-case scenario. She's advising caution before. She gives Kane what he wants. There could be another way to end this. Nikki wants her son safe and cleared of all charges. She has the power to do that. Lauren asks how Victor will feel if she signs over the company. Nikki believes that Victor would do the same thing. It's her decision. Just as Victor makes his own decisions. Lauren warns there would be no coming back from this. If Nikki has to sacrifice Chancellor to keep her son safe, she will do that in a heartbeat. I end the maze. Amanda runs into Lauren and Nikki, who wants to see Kane immediately. Amanda says he's indisposed. Nikki rants about Nick being innocent and Kane using her son's future as a bargaining chip. Lauren tries to convince Nikki to wait and talk to Michael. Nikki refuses. She tells Amanda that she knows Kane is holding Nick as leverage to get his hands on Chancellor. If that's what he wants, she's ready to trade her company for her son's freedom. Nikki tells Amanda there will be no deal unless she has her absolute assurance that Nick will not be charged with Damien's murder. Amanda has the power to make that happen. Lauren warns she's playing into Kane's hands. Amanda just happens to have all the paperwork with her. Lauren says they've planned this and pleads with Nikki to think about what she's doing. The final scene still in the chateau. Nick thanks Sharon, Billy and especially Sally for keeping him alive. "Thanks, Sally," she says, "of course."